Welcome to the second edition of MClub104. For this series, we will have a trivia question, a master quote, and a chess tip. First up is the trivia question. Who made this statement? The pawns are the soul of chess. They alone create attack and defense. The way they are deployed decides the fate of the game. Who made this statement? We will return to the answer in a moment. And now for the master quote. It's from Grandmaster Paul Carries, a great attacking player, and I believe one of the greatest players to miss getting the world crown. Quote, "The older I get, the more I value pawns." Now, over the years, I have thought about this statement, and my first impression was simply that he wasn't willing to sacrifice pawns so willingly as he was in his youth. But perhaps now being older, he saw a greater potential in holding onto his pawns, and let the other player sacrifice his pawns, and then in return proceed to win in the endgame with an extra pawn. However, lately, I've been rethinking this, and I wonder if he meant something a bit different. Perhaps in his statement, he meant with more experience, he valued them in a different sense. He saw their capabilities in a more refined manner. Perhaps he understood more about the secrets of pawn play, and therefore placed more value in them as tools of the trade. Interesting to think about as one builds on the understanding of pawn play. Now for our chess tip. An isolated pawn is a pawn that cannot be protected by another pawn, which makes it easier target for pieces, and one needs pieces to counterbalance this weakness for attack. The tip: when you have an isolated pawn in the center of the board, do not exchange pieces. And now for the answer to the trivia question. He was born in 1726 and a musical composer and regarded as the best chess player of his time. André Dencon Philidor, who also wrote a chess book and was considered a standard chess manual for at least a century. There were no submissions for the viewer's inbox for this episode, so if you get a chance, drop me an email with your favorite position. You can send it via PGN format or the reference to the game. Till next time.